Time for Pop Pop Plays.
Alright, welcome to Pop Pop Plays, Total War Warhammer 3. Thrones of Decay just dropped today, and so we're going to try out the new faction leaders, and play with some of their new abilities and see what's changed in the game and see what we like. We're going to start. This series will be the Empire with Elspeth von Draken, the new legendary lord for the Empire. She is a spellcaster lord with access to the School of Magic. Her faction effects has access to the Imperial Gunnery School, enabling access to unique unit upgrades and special units, specializing in gunpowder units such as the cannons and rocket battery, handgunners, and the new Nuln Ironsides, as well as, I know, a couple more new units. Her research rate is plus 10%, that's always good. Upkeep minus 15% for gunnery units, that's handy. Double experience for artillery and gunnery units, all armies, that's also really good. Lord effects, immune to vampiric attrition, that's nice, for a little bit anyways. Cooldown minus 20% for Lord Death Magic. That'll apply to her. Oh, so I guess maybe she has Death Magic, not Shadow Magic. I must have said that wrong. An ability, Dark Walker, as an active ability every couple of minutes, she can get a 40% physical resistance and Strider. Kind of her-centric, doesn't seem like she does a whole lot for her army. Vampiric Attrition is good. I know she starts the campaign close to the von Karsteins, but once those are taken care of, that's an ability that's probably not going to be very effective later. I haven't played the Empire much. I have tried a couple of Karl Franz campaigns, both in Warhammer 2 and in Warhammer 3, but the way that his Empire effects worked just felt like they were too kludgy and punishing rather than an interesting mechanic, which is a shame. So I've never gotten very far in either of those campaigns with Karl Franz. I've never played Gelt. I haven't played Volkmar the Grim, whose campaign also changed pretty heavily, so we might give that a shot at some point. I have played Marcus Wolfhard a couple times. I don't remember if I completed his campaign in Warhammer 2. I definitely have not in Warhammer 3. I had started his campaign one time, and then at that point I had played I was getting a little burnt out on Warhammer, so I didn't complete it. I am excited to try another Karl Franz campaign at some point, but since she's a new legendary lord, I figured I'd start with her. So let's go to more settings. I play on normal. Makes me easy. That's okay. I don't need much more stress than that. Endgame difficulty, I don't like trigger and turn range timer. I prefer long victory, because if I don't finish long victory anyways, I am not interested in an endgame battle. Generally, leave it on 100 and 10 turn warning. I think I'm pretty much fine with any of the scenarios, is okay. Most of the rest of this is fine. Yeah, I'm not going to do Iron Man mode. That's not me, so let's go ahead and start the campaign. Yeah, I'm excited. I like gunpowder units. I like what I've seen of the gunnery school so far from reviews and stuff looks interesting. I am excited with the new land ship. It now looks like you could pretty much field your own Bad Max style army if you wanted, with war wagons, tanks, land ship, maybe some mounted cav guys, even a lord on his own. If you take a engineering lord on his own steam tank, you can pretty much have everything mounted. I'll have to try that at some point. Oh, here's her introduction. Skip this if you don't want to see it.
Eternal sanctuary. Safety from the horrors of this land. But to study death To know its secrets is to venture down a path that few dare tread. Atop her blackened tower, the graveyard rose, Elspeth von Draken fights to protect the fallen, driving back the forces of evil. A perennial guardian of the Empire.
Beneath death's shadow, our enemies fall.
Doom. I always like a nice, good introduction, good thematic
The enemies
beginning
of
to your
Wissenland
campaign.
shall embrace their mortality.
They sure will. Click. Path to victory. Magistrix Elspeth von Draken feels the coming danger of an ancient evil stirring somewhere in the world. In service to the Elector Countess of Wissenland, she must help strengthen the Empire's borders and authority as she waits for the evil to show itself. With access to the military advancements of the Imperial Gunnery School, she empowers herself further using her unique knowledge of the Amethyst Winds of Shyish and the Gardens of Moor. Securing the Empire's borders and ensuring the Imperial Gunnery School reaches its pinnacle will earn Wissenland and Nuln their campaign victory. Learn more about the Empire here. No, thank you. Purchase a unit upgrade in the Imperial Gunnery School. We'll get, looks like her first special magic item. Extra ammunition, fire resistance, missile resistance. Missile resistance could be really good. I assume that's for her. Does she have a ranged attack? Oh, she must have then as a caster. Treasury plus 1,000. Great. Engage the Court of Night. Sure. It's on our list of things to do. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with Warhammer fantasy lore. I was always a 40k guy when I was playing tabletop stuff. I had a Vampire Count's army, but a really small one, and didn't play it much. I've learned a lot more about the lore from the Total War games than ever actually even being around other fantasy players and stuff like that. So this character feels weird for me. She is a death wizard who is specializing in gunnery units. Gunpowder units, in fact, just seems a little odd to me. Seems like she should be fielding some sort of, I don't know, half vampiric undead army or something, but I guess not. I mean, obviously not, but okay, we want to change our faction to fastest. Thank you. Let's take a look at some of what we got. She does not have a ranged weapon, so now I'm a little confused. Quests. Oh, that isn't. No, yeah, that's hers. Death's Timekeeper. No, it is not hers. Okay. Don't start with anything. That's fine. Spirit Leech, which apparently, especially with a 20% cooldown, and then an additional cooldown, is going to be a really powerful spell for her. I don't actually like the death magic stuff. Aspect of the Dread Knight I kind of hate. Soul Blight is good. I do like that one. I like the hexes in this, and this one isn't that expensive, and it affects all enemies in an area. It's a pretty good one. Doom and Darkness I usually take 1 point in, because if you can pop that negative 16 leadership down on the guy right at the right time, you can get him to run. Evasion, of course. Everything Magical Reserves. Fate of Bruna. Rarely cast. It's so expensive. It is a good spell against an elite unit, but as all the second level spells are, it's just really expensive. So the Xerxes I do have casted on occasion in other games. I don't like vortex spells, but this one can be pretty decent if it hits right, which, I mean, you can say that about all of them. then she just gets regular arcane conduit. That's not impressive. Headhunter, upkeep, campaign movement range, sure. Casualty replenishment. Yeah. Oh, she gets quartermaster. That's pretty good. So probably spells and her blue until I can get battle healing cap minus 20%. So that's feels like a very anti-vampire thing. Pretty good for her spells. Yeah. Gunnery units, extra engineers, upkeep, so additional 10% for gunnery units. It's pretty good. So that'll be 25%, it looks like. Dark Walker, which is her ability. Then she gets Living Darkness. It's a passive. She just gets an additional 10%, and she negates magical weapons. That's kind of cool, I guess. The Graveyard Rose, extra casualty replenishment rate. That's pretty good. And she gets regeneration. That's nice. And Magistrix of the Amethyst Order. Oh. Lowers the cost of her Purple Son of Xerxes to the teens, at least. And a little bit more than if you can. Additional 2. 24. Yeah, so about 16. That's pretty strong. She gets Warhorse, and then her Carmine Dragon, which will make her a lot more tanky. Frostfire Gem, that's a banner. Flaming attacks, Signed Lord or Hero, and Frostfire attacks. Interesting. Elderwood Root banner. Vigor loss. I like vigor loss stuff, but it's something that is so behind the scenes it's just hard for me to notice. Regeneration is always good. Doomfire Ring banner. Fire resistance again, bounce spell. Burning Head. Burning Head's a good spell. Maybe not so much if you don't have. Well, maybe it's pretty good with the Frostfire Gem, but then you gotta. Probably not. I like the Schools of Fire, but if you don't have a Fire Mage, adding that like 20% damage, not as much. Hold the line. She just gets apparently. That's good though. Spell resistance, not impressive. Missile resistance is great. An additional 10%. Okay, so and I assume a pretty standard red line set. That sounds good.
Engineer
Hero is an engineer, which makes sense. It's a new guy.
Wielder of the Pale Scythe.
Genius of the Empire.
No, didn't join. Increase
I
mobility.
have
I like
faster
that.
ways to track.
Let's take a look at. We don't have gardens yet.
Like
Turn
me,
5.
and carmine dragons are
we'll
wreathed in the winds of
get to that.
Shalish.
In this section, I'm sure, but she gets to put them somewhere and she can teleport to them. But she only gets a handful of them. Gunnery School, let's take a look at that. Ooh, and we're going to explain it to us. Offers special upgrades for gunnery and artillery units in return for schematics earned from the damage such units inflict in battle. Clicking on the unit image displays each category potential upgrades. The list of units to potentially receive the displayed upgrades is shown here. Each upgrade's effects are listed when a category is selected. Each upgrade costs schematics to permanently add its effects to all the selected category units. Some Imperial Gunnery School upgrades are available to purchase from the start, while more advanced ones require the school to be increased to a higher level. Okay, sure. The requirements to increase the Gunnery School's tier level and associated rewards can be viewed in tooltips over the bar sections at the top left panel. Completing the Imperial Gunnery School's Tier 2 requirements unlocks the Amethyst Armory, where schematics can be spent on exclusive and limited Amethyst units and powerful restockable single-use abilities. Check. Cool. So we have 4 tiers of Gunnery School. We start at 1, and we can upgrade it to 2 by maintaining a total of 3 units of the following type: handgunners. So I need 2 more handgunners because I think I start with the 1. And if I do that, we get schematics. That's interesting. Ensure the following building has been constructed: a firearms academy, which gives us some treasury. Perform 3 gunnery school upgrades, current 0 out of 3, which gives us treasury. Rewards grants ancillary experimental explosive. Doesn't explain what that is, but basically another banner, I imagine, that gets probably put on an artillery, so that's kind of cool. Unlocks tier 2 upgrades for gunnery school units, so we get to tier 2. And recruitment cost minus 10% for gunnery units, all armies. That's handy. And then this won't tell us what the other tiers are, and I don't know what they are, so we'll find out later. Gunnery infantry, cavalry, mortars, cannons, Hellblaster volley guns, Hellstrom rocket batteries, steam tanks, and the land ships. Excited for the land ship. Excited for the steam tanks too. The upgrades for that seem powerful. So there's 3 upgrades for each section, it looks like. But it looks like I can't get the next one until Tier 1 Gunnery Training Ground. So it's not even a different tier. It's literally this tier. I just need the training ground. No, that's not what it is. So it's just something different. Tier 3 Laboratorium Magi is completed. Sure. So Gunnery Infantry, Missile Strength plus 10%. Good. 2 is extra ammunition. Great. Reload reduction time 10%, which is better than Missile Strength for damage. It seems to be. Or that's not quite correct. If you're looking at the DPS of the unit, the damage over time, reload is better than missile strength. So if all they're doing is sitting and shooting at the same unit over and over again, reload is better than missile strength. If you're switching units or moving a bunch, missile strength is generally going to be better. Exploding bullets, exploding ammunition for gunnery infantry units. Well, that seems strong. They're just basically shooting little grenades. Looks like they all have 2 and 3 locked up. Is it the same thing? Gunnery training ground, 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 gunnery training ground. So it's all the same. Okay, interesting. Extra speed and Strider. That's kind of cool. I won't look through all these to bore you until we actually start looking into getting them. Can't look at that yet until we get to tier 2. Sure. Okay, so 2 extra handgunners, Firearms Academy, which is a building, and we need to make 3 upgrades. So we're going to need, are they all the same? 350, so like 1100, 1050, I think, total schematics. I'm not sure how fast we get the schematics, so 3 different types. Landship, Amethyst Landship. Okay, that makes sense. Wonder of the Age. Am I not seeing? Okay, it's down here. Cool. So that is the Imperial Gunnery School. Do we have diplomacy with anybody? Oh, sure we do. Yeah.
I will listen,
And a trade.
but my time is short.
Sounds
As
good.
you say, sir. So,
That didn't anger Reichland.
the Celestial College
Great.
employs... Very well. All right.
We'll call it a draw.
Who calls?
Nobody.
It is night.
Cool. Neat. Okay, we have the same Imperial Authority that Karl Franz does. I'm not sure if Balthazar Gelt gets that. I guess I'm not worried about it one way or the other. And the other 2, not sure if Wolfheart gets it. I think anybody who comes back to the Empire then gets Imperial Authority, and they start using the Imperial Authority system, which is just, at this point, we want more of the Empire to be owned by Empire. Secure the borders of the Empire's home provinces, repel foreign invaders. Yeah. This used to just be punishing. It's supposed to be a little more balanced now. Okay. We start pretty balanced as is. Regiment's renowned list is nice and big. I love to see that. Elector count straight troops.
Men look askance at my
Don't have
sight.
access to any Amethyst troops. Also don't have that yet, which makes sense.
You join the host of the
Units.
Graveyard Rose.
We won't get any of those yet. I think my hope is to take these guys and get Dottenbach,
More
and then take
knows
Weissenberg
all
probably next
paths.
turn, and move down to Pildorf. Vildorf? Don't really know. This feels a little weird, like angled wrong. Is angled weird. Why is it like that? Here we go. Okay, that feels more comfortable. I'm familiar with the Empire area in Immortal Empires, but again, not so much because of the Empire. I've played a number of Vampire Counts games. I've played quite a bit of, not a lot, but a little bit of. Shoot, I feel bad now. These guys, the Russians, and some chaos. So I've run around through here, but not so much as essentially the good guys. This will be a little bit different. Can I click on that? Oh, I start with 250. That's great. Gained by buildings, field testing, other post-battle options. And it tells me how much I've used. I don't see. Don't seem to be part of the diplomacy. I feel like there ought to be a state troop overlay if I'm taking control of that, but maybe that's different for Elspeth, or maybe that's been changed. I'm not sure. I don't see it down here, so I guess I won't worry about it for now. This seems to imply that Elector count state troops, and I get a tab for it. So in some fashion I can get state troops, but I don't know what I need to do. I can't click on this, but maybe it's something that unlocks. I feel like there was a couple more things I wanted to look at before our first battle. We are taking... What are we taking that from? Swamplands, okay. Yay, Nuln's a great place. It's real pretty. Okay, we don't take damage from vampire attrition, which is, I believe, what we're fighting. But our own lands kill us, so, you know, it's fine. Nuln. So we start with a shooting range, and we can get a firearms academy, which I believe is the thing we want, right? Nope, gunnery training ground. Firearms academy, there it is. Okay, so if we get that, we get some free money too, which is great. Is the training ground the third one? No. So I guess I don't know what that is then. Maybe that's a tier 2 thing. It's fine. I'll get back to that. Technology. I don't know if they've made changings in this. I don't remember the colleges of magic though, so maybe they have state troops. It costs me money to unlock state troops. Okay, that's definitely different. Dark Lady of Nuln. Schematics gain plus 15. Purchase cost for Amethyst artillery charges. So Amethyst unit capacity per army. Cool. Gardens more fast travel cost reduced. Okay, sure, I guess. Gain vision of all non-hostile Empire factions' capitals. Okay. That seems like seems far down a tree for an ability that is dumb. first impression. That's all I'm saying. This does seem different, but again, I haven't played Empire in a while, so maybe it's not. But there's almost none. Both of these are just really good, but casualty replenishment and growth is needed, and then campaign range tradable goods is 10% it's fine. Campaign movement range 5% is great, so
We
we'll
need
get that second.
all these if we are to stand against the old foe.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay.
For Verena and Nuln, I
Go after these guys. Decisive victory, but I am going to fight this out. I kind of want to see, especially her, I guess, on the battlefield, and the new engineer, which I believe is a new character. The 2 new engineers. I think that's correct. Also, I just kind of want to smash some skeletons with a Hellstrom. I've got batteries, so let's go ahead and fight the battle. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, the Imperial Authority stuff, the last couple times I played Karl Franz, I just felt like was just too punishing. I like Marcus Wolfhard has a hard campaign, kind of with the way it works, but thematically a more interesting one to me. Basically being a colonizer in the New World is I don't know, kind of hilarious. Or dark, I guess, maybe, depending on the way you want to look at it.
Hellstorm!
Now we can just... Okay. Just right up on there with these guys. I don't think they need line of sight. Cannons.
What do you bid?
What is it looking like?
The omens are good, brothers.
Seems pretty good. Maybe a little closer to that bump. That probably has a really good view down in the valley. I don't think I mentioned the only 2 mods I am playing with this game. One disables the cinematic when you load up the game, so that shouldn't be noticeable in anything. The other one might be noticeable is I'm using the camera mod, so I should have wider range than the base game gives you. Looking at, like, I think zooming in and zooming out, if I remember correctly.
This cannot be!
Okay, so the cannoneers, let's set them there, that's good. These guys are 145 each.
will.
And there's really not... No, it's not true. These guys are just simply better right down the line. They have an ability? Oh, Black Powder Discipline. Okay, it's passive. Takes them 10 seconds if they're not moving. Gives them better accuracy and more reload, so they become better.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Not quite sure how to... And they're... Not only are they better than the handgunners, they are tier 3 to the tier 2. But they have armor, which...
Handgunners!
In an artillery fight is going to be pretty good. Zombies. I didn't actually take a quick look. Dire wolves could be annoying. Crypt hoarders are kind of the big problem. Skeleton warriors. And anything zombies will just bog you down. He's a vampire, not a necromancer. So in combat, he'll have to watch out for that guy. That probably means he is only level 1, but does he have regeneration? Okay. No, he does not. So, gotta watch the wolves. I don't want them to get on my artillery. It's a long way to get around back there, but it might leave a swordsman's
Swordsman!
here. For the wolves.
Sigmar commands! Spearman! Standing by! Swordsman!
Walk these guys and make a line.
Be gone,
Front.
foul creatures! Engineer!
There's my engineer. Do you have any abilities on
Take up
that
your
engineer?
positions!
He's a ballistics expert. He improves nearby friendly missile units. Does he, though?
Kill them.
He has
And if
courage,
they
I
get
guess.
back up,
And
kill
he has
them
armor
again.
piercing missiles, so he's got 35. And he's got just a nice gun. If I remember correctly, big missile. It fires a volley of shots. Interesting. Cool. Ready. You guys
State
feel
troops
encouraged
ready!
in any fashion? No, they don't feel encouraged in any fashion.
The graveyard rose.
I don't want to fight with her, but I want to get close enough that I can spirit leech that vampire over and over again. My cooldown is 25 seconds. It's already pretty short. That's pretty much all I want to do with her is just hit that. Spell mastery 100%. I don't remember seeing that before. That's a new icon, I feel like. Interesting. We're just going to rain down fire. The cannons are going to go after the cryptors. These things are probably going to go after the skeletons, because after the cryptors and the vampire, actually the wolves are kind of my next biggest threat, but they're going to be too fast to movers. This will weaken their front line. Not that their front line is really a problem. And try and shoot those wolves as we can when they come up. That or these some swordsmen somewhere are going to have to take them. Alright, start the battle. I will warn you, from a gameplay standpoint, I pause a lot. I like to take my time to be able to kind of decide where I go and not on the fly. I think kind of like this for now, and I'll let them maneuver around.
The enemy
as
feels
gets closer.
themselves indestructible. None will disabuse them of this falsehood.
Yay! Cannons and rocket battery literally misses the unit they're aiming at and does almost about 25% of the unit behind it. So, go rocket battery. These zombies are coming around.
We are Sigmar's heirs. No
Spread out a little
lingering.
bit more.
We march.
In case you didn't know, cannons aren't great against man-sized units of stuff. They just kind of aren't. They don't hit well. They kind of bounce through the guys, I guess. But they're designed for large creatures. So, given the cryptorders are large size, the cannons are basically here for those things. And then the Hellstrom is not as good at large creatures because it's mostly explosive and it's all over the place. So if it's a single unit guy, they just have a hard time hitting it. But they're really good against the masses of infantry. And you can see we're just doing a ton of damage to those guys.
Spiritor of Shaiish.
Handgunners.
Let's maybe move up, and why don't you go ahead and shoot them dogs? I feel a little bit bad about that, but they're all evil anyways, so.
The Dark Lady of Nuln.
The Dark Lady of Nuln. Yep, see, now the dogs are moving. That's fine, you can get on those. What's the other spell she's got? Oh, she has Aspect of the Dread Knight. Yeah, I don't. It is only 4 for 1 to give something magical attacks. Leadership at this level, it's good, but I'm never likely to get that leadership up in time for them to really matter. Cost Terror and Fear is also pretty good, but again, that's just not the way I play, really. But the magic damage I don't think applies to anything here. I don't think they have physical resistance. Let's go ahead and cast that first to that, though. Get that on him.
Hellstorm rocket battery.
Mage of Death.
What do you bid? Yes, sir.
Okay. Turn that way.
Elspeth von Draken.
The Empire endures!
No, I take that back. You need to be shooting those guys. I fucked up. I fucked
Elspeth
up!
von Draken.
What do you bid? Formation! Arms!
Shadows at my call.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Okay, that's an issue.
Let's go! Crucible of war! Handgunners, shoot them!
I think the dogs are out. If the handgunners can get those guys,
Wizardess of
that
Nuln.
will be really good.
Handgunners!
Should give you a good view on those guys.
Spiritor of Shaiish.
I may be wrong. Let's give those
As
guys
Yuna fell, I call doom upon them.
some courage. Some magic courage. It was too expensive at this point. Spirit Leech is 8. F.
I foresee their deaths! Hellstorm! Stop!
The Dark Lady of Nuln. By the amethyst wind.
Go!
Can he not see those guys? I think that's maybe the issue there.
Awaiting orders! To battle!
Mage of
That's
Death.
interesting. Let's go ahead and move her in there.
Doom, take thee!
I may have popped that a little sooner than I should have.
Battle protocol!
Okay, now you should be able to shoot him. Okay, I didn't realize this, but I like this. I'll pause it just to kind of explain here, if I understand correctly. Gunpowder units were kind of an issue in the past because they are a straight line shot, kind of like crossbows, but even worse. And so the AI would have issues finding line of sight to targets a lot, and so your gunpowder units sometimes, and I've never really had as big an issue with this as some other people apparently, would start just wandering around the battlefield to try and find a way to shoot them. It looks like, if I'm reading this correctly, these guys can't see the crypt horrors through their allies, and they are refusing to shoot through their allies. So literally, they just aren't doing anything. More importantly, what they aren't doing is wandering around and like getting caught by something else when I don't notice to try and get line of sight on these guys. They're just going to wait. It's what it looks like. I like that. That's actually good. I'd rather they just stand there and wait for an opportunity than get themselves killed by running into, say, the skeleton spearmen or something. It's a little annoying that they can't shoot these bigger guys, but they are kind of maybe at an odd angle, I guess. So, but when I moved I believe the engineer was doing the same thing. When I moved the engineer over, he's now got pretty much clear line of sight on those guys. And let's maybe move him just a little over here. And is shooting into them. So hopefully we can change that around. Same thing with the cannons. They want to shoot these guys, but that's down the hill now. It's through their own guys. They're just not going to do it. It seemed like the rocket battery stopped firing when the guys got in range 2. I wonder, I'm not quite as sure whether I like that or not. But if that's what's going on, it looks like you have to be a little more deliberate and careful with how you're maneuvering your gunpowder units around the battlefield. I wonder if that change applies anything to crossbows and archers now. I had heard the AI was made better. That I do agree that is better. I don't think they're ZZZing. But it'll take a bit of getting used to. Let's go ahead and move those guys up. Okay.
Elspeth von Draken.
I don't know how well he's really hurt though, so get him. Also get him.
Gifted tinkerer!
Come on, bud, you got it. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah. Okay. Their leader's out, and they are gone. Nice. And battle. Decisive victory. pretty good. Probably lost a few more in there than I needed to, partly because I didn't know what that gunnery thing was. I think these are the guys that got hit by the dogs, and then that other group, so they got maybe piled on a little more than they should have. But pretty decent for our first battle. This is the same with these swordsmen got. They were fighting the abominations. And that was just going to be a hard fight, no matter what. I was hoping the cannons would do a little more before those guys got up. And into our lines, the cannons were about the only thing I had that was good against those guys, I think. Power Stone. I don't like a lot of the casting magic items. Power Stone I do like for a grade level. That's pretty good. Arcane items. Okay, so I can get replenishment, which put those guys right up. Treasury or unit experience. I thought I was supposed to be able to get 65 schematics. I guess I don't get a choice to get schematics. So that we will take the replenishment.
A moment of prayer.
Defeat an enemy, extra 500. Thanks.
Elspeth von
The damage she took,
Drachen.
that puts us back up to full. Go up a level. Let's... Ooh, Route Marcher, though. Bing, bang, boom. Let's give her Route Marcher first. Route Marcher. And I assume she got Power Stone. She did. His skills. Increase mobility.
Moore's gardens
basically make up
swell
for it.
with fresh denizens.
I guess it does. And then we take Dottenbach. Decisive victory, just skeletons, zombies, bats. We're just gonna go ahead and
The other
auto-resolve it
side beckons.
though. A bit of damage, 51 more of those. More schematics. Oh, I wonder if I could have... now I should be able to buy my first thing. Loot gained, 191. Check. The rank gain. Let's just go ahead and occupy it.
Raise our standards
Don't really
here.
need to sack it. An apprentice wizard wins a magic power reserve capacity of 18. I like that. That's good. Casualties captured post-battle. Made a mistake. I should not have chosen my technology early to see if I could get some students.
Lady of
It
Shaiish.
is what it is. Alright, Lady of Shaiish. Oh, I did give her Route Marcher. Okay, so let's give her Spirit Leech, and then most casters I will put the 1 point in for the first one that you have to, and then quickly get 4 and try and burn down so I can get to Arcane Conduit essentially as fast as possible. Because the Arcane Conduit is just really good, even if it's not the bonus one, which I always feel a little bit bummed by when your legendary Lords casters especially don't have the advanced Arcane, whatever, it's greater Arcane Conduit or whatever. But Spirit Leech at upgraded is just so good. Your cooldown goes huge, and an extra -2, so it's just 6 right off the bat. Is just too good to pass up, so that will be her second, or her third, I guess, point. He did not get another one. That's fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gunnery school. Oh, that's neat. I guess that shows I can get any of those. Missile strength for gunnery units, that's almost certainly what I'm going to take. But additional projectile for the rocket battery units. The fine cannon. Monstrous impact attacks reduce speed and charge for great cannon units. Oh. That would have been handy against those abominations. Slow them down. I wonder how much it slows them down by. Well, as much as I do like those, we're going to take the plus 10% for the gunner units. Since we've got to.
Training has proven
more.
most efficient.
I would just like to say, they do a great job with this game, kind of just top to bottom. I know there's been issues with kind of behind the scenes stuff and people not as happy with the last DLC, and I get the complaints, and and everything, but just the presentation alone for this game, the seals and the way things look and the pages and stuff. This morning I didn't have a lot of time and I jumped in a quick dwarf few turns, not with the new legendary lord, which I will be making a video for, and will go up later, but the Thoric, I believe, the guy who's trying to get all the artifacts, which is my favorite dwarf lord, who right now just has kind of a chaotic campaign, but I'm interested in taking that on again. Just the presentation, this burning candle, for everything top to bottom, just is excellent. They do just an amazing job. From the blueprinty looking pictures on here to the seals and the empiric seal, just really good. Prototype field coat mark XXIV, extra ammunition, check. Purchase a unit upgrade in the Imperial Gunnery School, extra 1,000, check. Now, let's see if he gets to have that. He does, okay. Missile resistance, that's fine. Ultimately, I think I want that on a Master Engineer Lord. There's 4 pieces to that. And if I get all 4, I get research rate, upkeep to gunnery units. Nice. Recruitment cost minus 20 to gunnery units. Okay, so that's definitely goes to a Master Engineer if I can get all 4 of those pieces. Alrighty. Oh. It's new. No, I didn't get it. Okay. Yeah, why don't you carry that? That's fine. You'll probably be sticking with Elspeth for the long haul, as far as I can tell. Dothenbach.
The graveyard rose.
Yeah, we're spending some money on that. Black Rose Stables, which gets us the new Knights of the Black Rose. I don't care for that icon, but sure. Black Rose Chapter House, that's great. Cannon Foundry, there's the Gunnery School. Which, again, it's Gunnery Training Ground. Okay, well, that's fine. Military recruitment. The suggestion that I had heard was you want to get, this needs to be in a smaller province, Dottenbach or Wissenberg, because it's only going up to 3 in your capital. You generally don't want that, but to go ahead and rush it anyways because you need it for some stuff early on. Okay, there's a lot of options. There's the engineer and some artillery and some war wagons. Those would be great. Empire Knights are good guys, especially early. Knights of the Black Rose are tier 3, Reichsguard, Knights of the Blazing Sun. Probably won't do much with these guys, really. Basic walls would be good, but probably not until we get to tier 3, I think. I just don't have enough room in here, and I probably need either that income or I need to get, well, I probably need this, is what I need, a gunsmith. That way I can get started on it and get this up there kind of as quick as we can. Yeah, Luminarch. Research, oh, that gives me research rate too, which is good. War wagons and mortars. So, yeah, that'll be our second one. We'll worry about that later. I was going to take a look, so now for heroes, we've got priests, empire captains, witch hunters. It's not been my favorite. Engineers and battle wizards, sure. Lords, we've got the generals, the arch lectors, which are kind of fun guys. Huntsman generals, and the master engineers. Nice. Okay. Overview, and then you've already got the iron mining pit, which, yeah, we'll leave on that.
For Verena and Nuln.
Sure. Okay. Oh, I don't have handgunners yet. Free Company Militia are, pretty sure, included in that. So they get the 10%.
Weaving weapon and magic is the surest
Pistoliers.
path to victory.
So we're going to do Free Company and Pistoliers. I don't think I want to stick around for 2 turns, do I? I can probably get Wissenberg. Yeah, so just long enough to rest 1 turn. I think we've gone over everything for turn 1. Sorry it's been such a long turn, but kind of want to get my footing on this. Right, end turn. I always we start with some 280. I saw 3. I'm not sure how many it was actually to start, and just how fast this goes down to basically 100 and then 85 or so.
Elite troops and potent weaponry, honed and enchanted in the gunnery school, shall bolster our strength.
Okay. Oh, I may have made a mistake. I need a livery. Cavalry focus. Bum. Imperial Gunnery School to Tier 2. I want to do that. Okay. Well, that's fine. We couldn't get a livery anyways, so we'll wait until we do that and then remember that we're doing that so we can get the new legendary hero. That's also something that in Total War Warhammer 3 and kind of just a little bit more recently I've really enjoying is just the amount of legendary heroes that they've been adding to the game. It's a lot. It's not just Gotrek and Felix anymore. It's we'll get this guy who's a cavalry dude who I think explodes when he dies, which is weird. I believe we'll also get the opportunity to get, well, Gotrek and Felix, but the vampire lady I think works for the Empire. I'm not sure if there's another legendary that's at least, technically I guess it's 4 because Gotrek and Felix can now be split. Well, they always can be split up, but they can be split up and they're both on their own strong guys. Hey, good job, bud. Do you want to be a survivalist? Boost income's handy. Let's... Ooh. Extra powder. Yeah, that affects... Yeah, so I want that. We'll run up to at least the extra powder if I can. Deadly Onslaught feels like a dumb ability to give this guy. Why would you do that? Why would you give him Deadly Onslaught? He's got no, well, I mean, charge bonus, I guess. I wonder what his mechanical steed gives him. Charge bonus is 70. Okay, fair. You can make him a charger. Master Ballistics. Artillery or a war machine, so not gunners. Chariots and war machines. Strider. Triangulation, missile strength, just general up to 12%. And like that. Black powder discipline. He gets that, which is good. He's already a pretty good shot. Active ability, he gets a magic missile. Fire damage, powerful explosion, strong versus multiple combatants, range 130. Okay, interesting. And machine preparations, basic ammunition gains, increased range, and armor-piercing missile damage. What? Gains a short-range explosive damage ammunition switch. Okay, that's interesting. We'll do that, I guess, either way. Okay, on to face Bruno von Schwarzwaffen at Wissenberg.
A grave.
Okay. And he is. It's a vampire, I believe. Okay, this is out in the open. We'll go ahead and fight this too. I never channel magic. I wish they'd just remove this button. It just seems completely broken, especially in Total War 3. Granted, I haven't used it in a while, but still. Pull everything back for the moment. Kind of a weird hill. Don't really want my artillery in the trees, though. Plus, it'd be kind of on the side of the thing. That's fine. This is kind of up. If I put my cannons here.
Great cannon!
Yeah, this seems like a pretty good spot for cannons.
Elevate cannon!
I believe these guys don't need line of sight. They're well in that. Got guys coming through the woods, though. And bats. Bats are the thing I gotta watch out for. Bats, dumbly enough, bats' melee defense is so high that they can sometimes be surprisingly effective. Okay. I don't think they have anything that's large, do they? He's not. He's a ghoul king. Some zombies is just chaff, basically, except for him and the bats. It almost doesn't matter.
Awaiting orders! Ready for war!
Just gonna spread those guys out pretty far.
Swordsmen!
Our weapons are yours!
For Heldenhammer!
Keep these guys back for the bats, in case they get there.
Militia!
Their speed is quick. Can these guys? Yeah, they can. Okay. Oh, what was that? Skeleton spearmen. I don't really care.
Militia!
Wonder if that's a little too aggressive with those guys.
Dead for years! Yes, sir! Gunners!
Have these guys kind of out first, and then we'll retreat with them.
Gifted tinkerer!
He doesn't really have an ability yet, so no, I think more want that. Put her right in the center, and we'll basically do the same thing this time as she did the first time, is spam that Spirit Leech on the guy, and then pop Darkwalker and face him in hand-to-hand combat, I guess. She's not good there. Do we get an idea of what his abilities are? No, maybe we don't. Get him in hand-to-hand combat, we'll just bog him down with our dudes, if we can. Alright. Cannons can just fire whatever they want.
Understood!
The dead speak to me! Whisper of myriad battles of old.
Sheepdogs.
They tell tales of our foes' weakness.
Charge! General! Yes, my lord! To battle! Quick march!
Retreat, you guys.
Round! Master craftsman! Overcoming inertia! Yes, sir, quickly!
Okay, pause that. Let's do a different thing now. Is there anything that's actually a danger? Zombies are definitely not. Zombies, let's hit the center of their line. good. Not even sure if the cannons are firing at anything.
Engineer, bring them down!
Great cannon!
This Emperor frowns!
Pistoliers! We obey! Moving now!
The comet! Ready! Crucible of war!
No lingering!
Zombies. Not sure why those guys have a name, but okay. Yep, they have fired, so that's something. It's not quite in range yet. Let's pump that up. Should have been moving them earlier.
At speed! By forge and firearm!
For the Warhammer! To battle! Swordsmen! Go! Yes, General!
Okay, now I think we've got that. There's a problem. These guys need to move this way. See if we can do that. Back up, back up, back up. Hit those.
Ready to serve! Sigma preserves!
Ah.
Swordsmen!
Handgunners!
Wizardess of Nuln. Doom take thee!
Engineer! I have them!
Pistoliers! Quick march!
Quick, quick.
State troops ready!
Spiritor of Shaiish! As Buna fell, I call doom upon them.
For the comet! Ready! Formation! March!
Let me take stock here. The swordsmen are doing good against those guys, and the horses should pretty much wipe these things out. Hopefully he's okay with that. This guy's up. We're fighting. That's okay. Probably may lose my free company. That's all right. Those are acceptable losses. If these guys can hold the line here, that's good. Okay.
Handgunners! Formation!
Just fire right down their line. That'll be a big deal.
Awaiting orders!
Elspeth von Draken. Shadows at my call.
Our weapons are yours! Verena, guide our aim!
But definitely. Actually, can you hit those guys? That'd be handy.
Our weapons are yours!
We serve friends! We serve the Emperor!
Actually,
Taking
do this.
position!
I know that's kind of right through that line, but hit right in there if you
Lady
can.
of Nuln.
Okay. He is. Now he's taking some damage. That's good. I'll get another Deathly John him in a minute. But these guys, maybe they can get on that guy. Maybe not. That's fine. Highland. Shoot those things.
For Heldenhammer!
You can stop.
Ranel's aim! We're ready! Quickly!
Can you move through that?
Elspeth
Ready.
von Draken.
Pop!
All will loot more in time.
Hand gunners! Engineer!
The graveyard rose.
For Heldenhammer! Fire!
Fire.
Wizardess of Nuln. Doom take thee!
Sighted and ready. Quickly!
Out of hand to hand and shoot him, guy. Did the horses stop firing? What are you guys doing? Oh, they did not. Good shot.
Elspeth von Draken.
Look out! Spellcaster!
You held them long enough, though, Free Company. Haha. Battle. Nice. Okay. 159. Free Company took that on the nose. These guys took quite a bit of damage. I didn't realize that guy was that deep in that combat, and I should have. They did what I needed them to do, which was basically distract those dogs and bats long enough and kept them off of the artillery, which was my big fear. Don't want to lose artillery in this early in the game when I can't build anymore and replace it. Could be you get mortars soon, which is good. I like mortars. They're a really good early game artillery. Decisive. 19 is not going to be enough for anything. Some money and experience, though. Should I sack it? Let's go ahead
Take
and sack the
everything.
last one.
Make an example. Elspeth von Draken.
Then we occupy.
The graveyard rose.
That definitely
Von Draken.
damages control, but not for all that long. If I rebuild it, still worth it though. Income 100 for stonecutters. And let's get that tradable stuff up there.
Amethyst Guardian.
I could use a melee hero, but I don't think I give her a second spirit leech. Life leeching's good though. But I kind of want to get Pistol Corpse up. Pistol Core up. Let's go with spellcasting first, at least to that. And then I think we're going to get presence in the Pistol Core. That doesn't unlock till 12, so that's fine. Survivalist. Extra hit points were definitely handy in that one. Ammunition, I'm not... He's got so much that... it's not that worried about. Let's give him piercing shots. Cool. Ruffle. Is that...
For Verena
is the
and
province.
Nuln.
Control, income from trade. Income from all buildings, growth, and construction. Recruitment cost, local recruitment capacity. What are we at?
Amethyst
Still at 13?
Magistrix.
Yeah, we probably
Amethyst
want
Mage.
recruitment cost, and we'll go ahead and sit for a turn and not recruit.
As fate
That's probably not true.
requires. I call upon your might.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And I know I would need 350. Let's see about diplomacy, though.
All right.
Call it a draw.
What?
Nope. Okay. Trade deals? Nobody? Nobody? End turn. Is the good. Two. What is this going to be? Turn 3, I think. Eugene von Zerden. We have made a firearms academy. Sure that has been made. Tier 1 assessment. The school watches its students closely as the budding riflemen hone their skills. Their suitability to use the gunnery school's latest advances is assessed. View the Imperial Gunnery School panel for more information. Check. So, we've done that. Yay! We need 2 more handgunners, which should be able to recruit now.
Dark Lady of None.
In fact, we can recruit a whole bunch of stuff. And for slightly cheaper, because we've done
Wielder of the Pale
State
Side.
Troop Levy.
The Graveyard
15.
Rose.
Probably sit here until we get a full stack, because Seidorf is a thing. We'll have more enemies coming at us real soon anyways. Man, so what are we going to look at? I need handgunners, and I probably want... Go ahead and just get the 2 I need now. I want 2 mortars, give me a total of 4 kind of mixed artillery, that's fine. Pistoliers and Outriders. I forget which of these guys I like. I don't know why they're weak against armor. I feel like their missiles ought to be their gunpowder, but that's fine. War wagons. I'm not sure if there's been any changes to war wagons this time around. So we'll probably get one of those. Maybe, I don't know. Do I want to do that for this army or not? I'll have to think about that, but I don't have to think about it right now. I can think about that next turn. What I'd really love, I know the answer is no, I can do a Witch Hunter. They're not really the best for what I want. It's a good ability, but so is poison attacks on melee. They're also ranged guys. Really want a captain or a warrior priest. Is that because of Dome? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Actually, it's not. That's a complaint I have. I didn't check that when we started, but I don't like when they give you a free hero and not the support for it. That's really annoying. We will go ahead and take a Witch Hunter, and we're going to take the Cunning guy for the poison attacks.
Who calls?
Who calls? I was dumb and summoned him there and not over here. That's okay, we're going to take a couple turns anyways, though, so that's fine.
Rider of
that
the
means she only needs
Dragon
one
in
more thing then.
Amethyst Guardian.
Okay, and turn. Let's see, this episode has gone longer than an hour. I do tend to try to keep them either half an hour or an hour. I knew this one was going to be a little bit longer because I wanted to get to turn 5 so we can kind of take a look at the Gardens of More thing. Yay, got that. 3 units of handgunners, we get extra schematics, which means we can buy our next thing. That's awesome. This campaign and the other ones that I shoot, I'm probably not going to do the whole campaign on video. I'll probably do like about an hour or so, play a little bit on my own, and then another hour, play a little bit on my own, and then like another hour close to the end. So they're only going to probably be, so I don't know, guessing somewhere between 3 and 5 videos, and not show the whole campaign, just kind of bookmarks of it. It's just a little hard to sit down for an hour at a time to record for me right now. So that's probably what we're going to be shooting to do. But I do want to hit turn 5 before we get to
Seek out the heretics.
Stop today.
Lady of
This.
Shaiish. Amethyst
Just one more.
Magistrate.
That's already a pretty good front line. Free Company Militia, it's a pretty good amount of those guys. I've got good gunners, pistoliers. Oh, I wanted the second.
You join the host of the
That is what we'll
Graveyard
do.
Rose.
That's fine. That'll be 20. That's a pretty good starting army for what we've got, and still be right around 1,000. I think we'll be a little bit underneath it. Mortars 139, yeah, so about 900. That's almost at its first. We won't upgrade those until we upgrade this to level 3. That's also okay. We want the supply wagons for campaign movement range. Continuous production, construction cost. Oh, diplomatic corps to stuff. That's always fun. Looks like it gives you 50. This arena, immune to snow attrition. That's cute. Bretonia, recruit rank for cavalry and cost. That's also interesting. Trade tariff, that's a big bonus. Cathay is almost pointless though. Allegiance gained. Is that with everybody, I wonder? Dwarves, make tradable resources, sure. Allied recruit cost, minus 10%, and Ogre Kingdoms is our friend. Or we could purge elves. I have the money for these, but I don't think I want to spend that right now, even though it's leadership and melee attack for that.
What are we if we do
I
not
will almost certainly
advance?
need it if I'm pushing into their lands eventually. Meanwhile, can't get level 2 for anything yet. The cannon reduces the speed, and that is really good. I've only got the one. What does mortars do? Explosion radius 25%, and I've got 2, and those will probably be the backbone for my armies for a while. Hellblaster. No, that's not what I got. Hellstorm adds an additional projectile, just one more rocket. I know those things do a lot of damage, but one more rocket doesn't seem that great. Oh, more rockets! More rockets! Okay, I get, alright. The first one doesn't impress me, but I guess when you're adding 3 more rockets and more ammunition, by the end of that, that's going to be kind of fun. I think we're going... The cannon is tempting, though, because... I think we're going for the mortars for now.
There are few deadlier machines upon wheels.
Cavalry got Strider and Speed. Yes, that was the right choice. Can't upgrade anything. Let's see if we've got any quick deals.
Blade Lord.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wait. Reichland? Yeah.
Be at peace, for that
Free
is all I
access.
ever want.
Balance.
Empire's blessings,
Free.
yes. Sigmar's
Yes.
will. Is it time?
Cool. So that'll leave us at 1,000 in turn. Pa 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 pa. Okay. Still more than 250 factions. This is such a big map. The Gardens of Moor unlocked. When the Cult of Moor establishes new gardens, Elspeth is given the opportunity to establish new towers in return for her aid in times of need. View the Gardens of Moor panel for more information.
The Gardens of Moor are bastions of solitude in this dark world, where my arcane research and rapid transposition are made manifest.
Indeed. Sure. Construct the Gardens of Moor. Almighty Moor demands respect wherever his cultists reside. A garden temple of tombs ought to be a worthy act of worship, with a tower at its heart steeped in the magic of death. The Gardens of Moor panel allows the construction of black tower buildings, treasury, and as the dragon flies, best travel cost minus 50% for 5 turns. Okay, it's pointless. Protection of the Empire. At the start of your turn, have at least 80 Imperial authority. Okay, I don't. Yeah, okay, so make sure we control more. Magistrix protects diplomatic relations if I can hit it, and it's worth 3,000. Okay, that's cool. I guess it's not gone up any, even though I've literally taken Wissenland back. That's alright. Sure. I don't really know how that works. We working on Seidorf, I guess. What is it? Hockland. Can't even tell. There's so much stuff on top of that. Solid. That's fine. I don't know why that's... Oh, I do know why that's broken. That stupid little Colt guy is going to be an issue, isn't he? That's another campaign that I've played all the way through. Here is the Changeling, which I really love his campaign. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Gardens of Moor. The Gardens of Moor. As part of her arcane learning, Elspeth spends time roaming between her black towers situated within the Gardens of Moor. Her magical storehouse travels with her, imbued with the ancient magic of Fosric the Bear, to transport her forces and coveted artifacts. Friendly or neutral Empire-owned settlements known to Elspeth can be selected here to construct up to 5 Gardens of Moor. Once constructed, Elspeth and her army can travel instantly to a selected Garden of Moor via the fast travel button. The Gardens of Moor also offer powerful buildings viewed in the province overview panel via the button to the right of the building icons. Select any existing gardens for the option to deconstruct and make space for gardens at different locations. Okay. That's kind of cool. I take it we don't have control of any of the northern stuff or at this point. I can put it anywhere. They suggest you only get 5. The suggestion I heard, though, to start with was your own capital, probably Nuln. That way, if we run into issues, we can teleport back to Nuln. But this allows her to kind of quickly get around the Empire so that she can help put out fires, which is what an Empire campaign apparently is. Dannenbach and Wissenberg. So it's a lot of them. Is this all the Empire controls, or is this just all I can see? We're going to choose Nuln. Build. Kaboom! And there's the Black Rose. Let's see if it looks prettier. Look at how pretty that is. There we go. I did it. I can teleport back there for half the price or whatever. Elspeth has long-standing alliances with the Cult of Moor. With each new gardens she erects, a new tower that she might call home. Each new garden she erects a new... I think you need a comma there. Use the Gardens of Moor to travel. It'll give you 3,000 gold. Well, maybe that isn't the best spot to start, because I don't need to go back there right now. Currently, Franz is holding my north pretty good, although that would put me close to whatever's going on here. But I need to finish off those guys either way, so... but, take a look at Nuln, and now we've got, just like any other cults and things, a button for Gardens of Moor. This has only one option. Allows Elspeth to fast travel to this location, immune to diplomatic penalties from trespassing against region owner. That's interesting. Enables replenishment in foreign territory, all armies in local and adjacent regions. That's also interesting. When she's present, fast travel cost minus 50%. Okay, so I guess going from garden to garden is cheaper. I wonder how much the cost for traveling is. Also gives the garrison 2 halberdiers. You know, that's good. The halberdiers are good-ish. Amethyst College. So I can build one of the 3 buildings, which we have the money for. We will do that. Unlocks hero recruitment Amethyst Wizard. Okay. Hero capacity +2 for battle wizards. That's good. Wins a magic power reserve +10 faction-wide is also really good. Wins a magic power reserve +20 per turn is also good. The Amethyst College is dedicated to the study of Shyish, the most feared and powerful lore of death. I don't read enough of this background stuff. They put so much time and effort into, again, the presentation, and it's usually pretty neat. Excuse me. Temple of Moor. tumble doors are always open, representing the portal which allows the safe passing of life to the other side. Unlocked recruitment of Knights of More Elector Count State Troops. Okay. Should take a look and see what those guys are. Mercenary replenishment time, minus 10% for Knights of More Elector Count State Troops. Corruption, minus 5. That's a good amount. Vigor loss reduction, minus 20% when fighting against undead factions. All armies. Okay. Gives the garrison, I assume, an additional halberdier, archers, and a Knights of More Empire Knights. Yep. Sure does. Militia of More. Not even death could stop the dedicated warriors of More from defending lands they call home. Upkeep, minus 25%, all armies in local and adjacent regions. I really like that. Wish I'd change regions to provinces, but that's still good. Global recruitment duration, minus 2 turns, minimum 1 armies in the region. Okay, that's handy. Global recruitment capacity, plus 1 faction-wide. I mean, that's really good. Gives the garrison halberdiers, archers, emperor knights, and mortars. Unlocks the recruitment of halberdiers, handgunners, empire knights, knights of the Black Rose, and mortars. Boop, 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 boop. Man. These are both, they're all really good. The vigor loss thing is great. I can maybe wait until I get my second one, though. It might be a few turns before I'm fighting the von Karsteins anyways, which I believe is where I want to be heading. Unlock recruitment of Knights of More. Knights of the Black Rose. Okay, let's go. Before we choose, what? Here's the technology. State troops. Noble Sons Abroad. Pistoliers, Outriders, Nope, Knights. So I can get Knights of More just from that anyway. Just by purchasing the ability to do it.
Mage.
Maybe Knights of something. Knights of More Empire Knights. Not the Knights of Empire Everlasting. So anti-infantry, they have a magical aura. Is it the cause terror thing? It must be the cause terror. They cause terror. Anti-infantry that cause terror. I don't see any anti-infantry anything on here though. Is it just that they're... Is it just that they're mounted? I don't know why they call them anti-infantry. I hate when they don't actually have anti-infantry. There's no point putting that up there, in my opinion. They cause terror, which is neat. Okay. I think that settles it for me, though. I do think we are going with that. Okay. It's 8 turns to get that, but
For Noun's ends.
she's at 20, so I can change that to the growth. Where are we? Which almost doubles it. So next turn that'll be up. Hopefully that gets that down quite a bit.
The graveyard rose.
They're just camping there weirdly. Okay. Well, okay. Alright. Oh, I meant to do this when I first started. I didn't actually take a look at this. What are our victory conditions? So for short, we need the gunnery school at tier 2. Sure, we're working on that. On our way. Destroy the following factions: Sylvania and the Fecundites. Not actually easy. It's maybe short, but not easy. And sack 30 different settlements. Hit up 30 different settlements. That takes a little while. Short victory is hero capacity +3 for all heroes. I love that as a short victory. I feel like we're seeing that more and more. Factions. +3 on heroes tends to be good for most factions. Long campaign, achieve the short victory conditions. Hit up 70 and then control all provinces in the Empire, either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies. That should very much be doable. We already have Wissenland. The Wasteland. Didn't know that's what that was called. long victory gives you hero rank plus 10%, or plus 10 rather, level province, all provinces. Also pretty good. That takes a while though. But basically, get rid of Sylvania and the Fecundites, and then unite the Empire, which I believe is probably almost the exact same as Karl Franz. We are on our way to getting the second one. I just need one more gunnery school upgrade, but I only have 35, so it's going to be a few battles, and then one of these, probably the cannons, is going to get method upgrade, and then that'll get us to 2. But that will be later. Thank you for joining me. Keep an eye out for episode 2 of the Elspeth campaign. Keep an eye out for, as I said, I will be doing a campaign for the other 3 DLC Legendary Lords right away. The free Legendary Lord, the other Nurgle Lord, I probably won't be doing right away. If I end up doing one, I'm not entirely positive. So, thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed any of this. If you have complaints about how I play, please write them down below, whether positive or negative. Engagement is engagement, so I'd love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see in a campaign like this, that would be very exciting. Thank you.